This episode of Witchpolice Radio is brought to you by Red Moon Road and Hillsburn at the Park Theatre, Wednesday, April 18th. Red Moon Road will be debuting brand new material for their beloved hometown fans, and Hillsburn is a 5-piece indie rock band from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Doors at 7, show at 8, and tickets are $15 in advance or $20 at the door. So it's kind of an unwritten rule with this podcast that the only partners we work with for these promos at the beginning of the episodes are, organizations, venues, bands, labels, businesses, anything that I kind of personally promote and agree with and would like to support. And if you're a regular listener to the podcast, especially to the live episodes, you've probably heard me complaining or Ryan making fun of my old man knees. So basically, I have arthritis in my knees, and until now, I've never really had anything that will deal with the pain. A friend recommended that I try a CBD product on my knees. CBD is a non-psychoactive component of the cannabis or hemp plant. I tried it on my knees, and it was unbelievable. I can't say enough good things about how well this worked. As someone who does a lot of walking, especially outdoors in inclement weather in Winnipeg, it's night and day in terms of my ability to just go and do what I want, and without having to deal with any annoying aches and pains in my knees. So I'm very happy to bring on Low Cloud as the newest partner for Witchpolice Radio. Low Cloud Incorporated is Winnipeg's premier legal CBD online retailer. They carry a wide variety of products from CBD oils to vitamins to pain relief to even skincare. They'll ship right to your door, no medical card or green card needed. You just have to be 18 plus. All of their products are derived from industrial hemp, and their products are rated top 3 in the world for purity, sitting at 99.9%. Check out their website lowcloud.ca for testimonials in their blog, for some great educational pieces, as well as their massive variety of products. They ship Canada-wide and also do local private delivery. Please use my code CBDWitch for 15% off your first order.
You're listening to Garbage Hill, Winnipeg's first podcast network.
Welcome to Witchpolice Radio. I am once again in a Robin's Donuts. Seems to be like the usual thing lately. And I'm here with the returning guest who actually wasn't on the show that long ago. When was that?
That was late September.
Yeah, so last fall.
The album
came out. Right. Mm-hmm. So that voice you're hearing is Skylar Bouchard, who, again, was on the show previously, and it was a fun episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Yeah. This is a little different than the woods where we did it last time in like a creepy haunted house woods, sort of. Yeah. This is a little bit more tame and safe, but I'm glad.
I was just thinking about that today too.
It was weird.
It's such a beautiful place during the day.
Yeah.
At night, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get murdered.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Robbins is the same. It never changes. It's the same constantly. So, since we had you on last time, I guess a few things have happened. Your album's come out, and everything that's going on with that, and then you were part of the CBC Searchlight competition. You got pretty far in that as well. Mm-hmm. So, do you want to just maybe summarize kind of what has happened since then? If someone hasn't followed you, and they heard the last show, what's
Reader's
gone on?
Digest recap.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so. The album came out September 28th at the Goodwill. Then I did a 10-day tour throughout Ontario.
Cool.
Came home. Then sort of took some time off to write the new album.
Okay.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I get some grant money for so I can produce it and continue paying off this one. But, so I've just been at home. I got a new band together.
Right.
We're part of Searchlight.
And that new band, is that most of Otter Than the Otters?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I saw that and I was like, oh, hey, these guys look familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have Otter Than the Otters, minus Joe there.
Okay, the guitarist, yeah.
And then we have Dana Kowalski on keyboard and vocals.
Cool.
She's amazing. We have also Alan Owen on fiddle.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. No, it's such a nice sound.
Is that kind of what you're trying to go with all the time, or is it sort of a mix between the band stuff and the just solo guitar, harmonica sort of deal?
I want to be able to do both. I'd really love playing with the band.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much more you can do.
Yeah, for sure. And it totally fleshes out the songs in a way that's not really possible, I guess, right?
Yeah. Like, and I'm not huge on, being really loud in my solo stuff, but I can be loud and we can rock out with with everybody else. Because then it just sounds like I'm doing like folk. Like crust punk or something.
Right, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Screaming my feelings.
You don't have enough
strumming.
You don't have glue, dreadlocks, and patches all over your stuff. Yeah,
for sure. I've showered too much.
Yeah, you're too clean. So, is it just to stick with the band thing for a minute here? like how I can't talk today, but your songs. I mean, on the album that's already out, a lot of them are very lyric driven. I mean, very, very storytelling kind of vibe going on. How does that change when you're taking it from a really straightforward acoustic guitar and singing directly to the audience versus here's the full band with keyboards and fiddles and guitars and everything else?
So what it does is it really opens up different options for gang vocals.
Okay.
You know, I can make like some catchier hooks happen, and some oohs and ahs in the background, which is just
that's cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm so into it.
Does it detract from the lyrics at all? I mean, I'm sure it's still the focus in the songwriting, but
it's still my main focus. Like I am very lyrically driven when I write. So, it's still definitely lyrically driven music. Okay.
How did you hook up with the Otters guys?
You know, we actually we played with another former guest of yours, Bruce. You know, Bruce from Beers for Breakfast.
Yes. He was on just recently, actually. Yeah. And that was actually not at a Robin's, but in a different restaurant. But
yeah, so he puts on the Bruno Awards, which was just this previous
It just
Saturday.
happened, yeah.
And me and Two Socks back in the day played there, and Cody from the Otters, as soon as I packed up my guitar, he's there shaking my hand, booking me for a couple shows.
Okay.
And then, from there, just house parties and playing together and being like, wow, this works. This is something we could do. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, they're incredibly talented.
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah. And they're really good live too. I think we were probably at the same show.
Yeah,
Handsome Daughter.
Yeah,
It was my first time actually seeing them live, and it was really not what I expected from them.
They're commanding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
big sound.
Every time I tell people that, I feel bad because it feels like I'm shitting on the recordings, which I'm not. Like it's just not what I expect. Because the recordings are cool in their own way, but the live stuff is it's commanding. It's really energetic and stuff. And
they're great stage performers.
Oh, absolutely.
Too. They're visually appealing. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's a huge plus.
That helps, right?
for me.
Yeah. So how much time do you have with those guys? Because they got their own stuff going on. They got their EP coming out right away. Like, do they have a lot of time to back you up, or is it sort of?
No, it's what I've been doing is sort of using the simpler songs for our sets, because we played the Park last Wednesday, opening for the Honest Heart Collective, and we had only done 3 practices as a full band.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, it's not very much at all. Like, so and it sounded great. So I can't imagine what it's going to sound like after 100 rehearsals.
Oh, for sure,
it's going to be incredible.
Do you have to change the structure of the songs just with such a little amount of practice time, or can they pick it up pretty quick?
You know, they're incredible musicians.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's super professional about it too. Like, everybody's got a notepad.
Okay.
You know, when they first learn the songs, that's not what I'm used to.
Right.
You know, like just being in jam bands.
Right. It's not that just sitting there and playing whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So it's cool. They're incredible musicians. I'm very lucky to have found them.
It's a cool combination too, because I wouldn't have expected that to work. But and then I thought about it and I was like, no way, this seems like it would be a really good combination.
Well, and you know what? I didn't know how it would work too, because Cody has a very unique rasp.
Yes,
in his
absolutely.
Voice,
yeah.
And
very specific voice, actually. Yeah, more than most bands, I would say. Like,
and I think I'm sort of the same way. I sound like I've smoked a million cigarettes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's there. Yeah,
but we gelled really well together, and Dana's just. The icing on top of the cake, and Mitch has a very unique sound too.
Totally, so yeah, that's cool.
It's I'm really happy with
Awesome. How did the Searchlight thing happen? I mean, I know it's basics of it. It's a contest CBC puts on every year to find undiscovered talent.
Funny story to loop back in with the Otter Boys. It was I'm walking into the house just to go and have a beer and chill with the guys, and they're huddled over the laptop. They're like viciously typing in there, and it's like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we're putting Ola Luna in for Searchlight. And I was like, oh, I completely forgot about that. I got in the last 2 hours,
because it happens every year, but suddenly it's all of a sudden there, right?
Exactly. And it's not something that I really was consciously planning ahead to put my song in. And also, I think probably would have got more people voting, but
you got pretty far though. How far did you make it in the...
me and the Otter Boys, we both were the top 50 of the judges.
That's pretty cool. And that's across Canada, right?
That's awesome. I think it was something like 3,000 or 4,000 songs.
Cool.
Like that.
Do you know who the judges were? Like, are they high profile people?
No, I don't think. I think it was just like CBC program directors.
Okay. Well, it's still cool though. That's who you want to hear your music anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Exactly. No, it's a high compliment. I'm very happy.
Yeah, and that was Montreal that got in there, right?
Yeah.
Which was kind of the single already. So you had that. It was easy to, I guess, fit that in. Yeah. How far did you actually get?
Just the top 100.
Okay. They don't tell you their actual ranking or anything?
No, they didn't. It's not ranked, but I think I was the number one.
Right, well, you hope so, right? That's what you want to get. Did you notice any kind of uptick in like the amount of just kind of interest you were getting because of that? Like, did it really?
Yeah,
make
you know what?
difference?
I started getting a lot of messages on Facebook and stuff from people like people in BC.
Oh, really?
They're like, "Oh, I heard your song. I really like it." And I'm like,
"Cool.
Yeah, I'm coming out to visit you in a couple of months.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Come to a show." And
yeah,
it was really helpful in that regard.
Once wrote a letter to my unborn son. Gems of wisdom, blueprints of a man to become. Crumbled the pages, I threw them away. Don't trust my advice, just look at the man I became. You know, no one really means you no harm. People just care for themselves. Don't you let it tear you apart. And someday a young woman or man's gonna steal away your heart. Just place your hand on the beat of your chest and know that's where all love starts. And no one's gonna take that away. If I were to have a doubter, I'd say, don't read the news, it's all just lies and hate. And do whatever your heart desires. Don't wait for permission or the patriarchy to expire. And know that no one really means you no harm. People just couldn't give a shit about you, but don't you let that tear you apart. And someday a young woman or man's gonna steal away your heart. Just place your hands on the beat of your chest and know that's where all love starts. And no one's gonna take that away. Once wrote a letter to the queen of our state. List of reasons for her to abdicate. Born with more right to live, I can't see a way. Born to smell brimstone come Judgment Day. But you can't let the shape of the world shape your heart. Can't stand that these days. So just place your hand on the beat of your chest and know that's where all love stays. And no one's gonna take that away.
And so you, as you mentioned, you're going on a tour, and that's probably happening shortly, I would imagine.
Yeah. So the tour kickoff is April 18th at the Times Changed.
Have you played there before?
Yeah, a couple times.
Okay.
A couple times. It's
solo or
no, with two songs back in the day.
Yeah. Seems like a good fit. Yeah. I feel like that weird, kind of quirky, like rootsy sort of vibe would go well with it.
Yeah, it's a very, very folky little place.
Yeah,
and
totally.
There's Mexican food, so
can't go wrong.
there. Yeah, so April 18th, it's a Wednesday, and then I'm bringing a videographer with me on the road.
Cool.
We're going through Saskatchewan for that weekend, and then I run him home.
Okay.
And then go boot all the way back to Calgary, and then I'm out in the west until I come back to play Rattlesnake Fest.
Awesome.
May 27th.
Awesome. That's a good festival too.
I'm so stoked.
Yeah. Is this your first time playing it, or have you done?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. It's we did a show with an episode with Greg when he put on the first one just shortly before, and it's a very cool idea.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing with the videographer though? Like, is just every show's getting filmed or something, or are you actually doing some kind of project?
Yeah. So what we're doing is I want to. For my song From Me to You off this last EP, I want to do just a sort of like a Tales from the Road kind of thing.
Okay.
So like
a music video though.
A music video to the song that's already been recorded.
Okay.
So I want to just shine a light. Everybody's always like, "Oh, you're touring. That's so cool." And I want to show you guys
actually what it looks like, how horrible it is.
It's like McDonald's at 4 a.m. and sleeping in the backseat of the car and
unshaven and hair messed up and cigarette hanging in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
But I do a lot of like couch surfing when I'm on tour, so it's I think it'll be cool to add the randomness of doing that. It's almost like you're hitchhiking.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people who have no connection to the music scene at all, they hear touring and they have this idea of what it is, and it's not even remotely what it's like. They're not even close. I mean, even for a small, like, in local artists, they think, oh yeah, he's going to be staying in hotels and there's buses. And,
oh my God.
On someone's floor. Exactly. Yeah. Driving all night to get the show.
Continental breakfast?
Yeah.
That would be bananas.
That would be sweet, yeah. Have you been out west?
I haven't been out west.
No? Okay.
No. I started off with Ontario, which is a little counterintuitive. I've heard since, but because
counterintuitive in what way? Like
a lot of people go west. Like
a lot of people do, yeah, for sure.
Because like to get to Toronto, you can get to Vancouver in almost the same amount of time.
And you hit kind of all those prairie cities that seem like maybe for folk music anyway.
But you know what? I didn't find that to be the case. I found Ontario to be extremely welcoming.
Awesome.
When I went to rebook Ontario, I planned to just do a week there, and it filled up in 2 days.
That's awesome.
Whereas
that's what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure,
exactly. But it's like, damn, I should have done 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be on the road from April 18th to May 27th, coming home to hug my mom and do some laundry.
Yeah.
And then I'm on the road until mid to late June.
Oh wow, it's a pretty big stretch. Like,
well,
I mean, the laundry part aside. That's. Have you been that long on tour?
No,
before?
I haven't. Longest tour was 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, so this is like
over 2 weeks.
Probably double that, at least. Yeah.
It's gonna end up being 2 months.
Yeah. That's crazy. Oh, good luck.
Actually, another previous host. Troy Rayner, Gentleman Ghost. He's
now moved to BC. Yeah.
So we're gonna go play on the island together on Vancouver Island.
That's awesome.
For a week or two. It'll be good to see him. Actually,
that guy suddenly moved to BC too.
He did.
I remember seeing. Oh, I'm now in BC. It's like, what? How did that happen?
Well, and the thing is, I just met him and we became like fast friends right off the bat.
I can see you guys musically fitting together well too, right?
Yeah. And he's one of those people like you can just. I like to like improvise and write a song by improvising.
Yeah.
And he's like unafraid to just improvise with you because
a
lot of people are they feel weird about it, right?
They do, yeah. Well, I find there's like a couple of different kinds of musicians. There's the ones who can just immediately, regardless of like actual musical talent level, they can hear something someone's playing and just mystic connection, just sort of click into it and then do it. And there's other people who could be amazing musicians, but there's this like mental block to jamming or to anything like that. They can someone's got something written out, they'll nail it like every time. But there's this weird, and I don't know what it is. Like it seems to me like it's almost a different personality.
I think so. It's like
the really studious type versus the I don't care, I'm doing it. Let's
flying by the seat of your pants kind of feel. Yeah, I'm definitely the latter.
Yeah, me too. As evidenced by being in a Robin's Donuts with a little recorder and in a death murder park.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank God you brought Ryan along.
I know.
It's like who knows what.
Yeah, I mean,
come to the start.
Well, I could sacrifice
him. Murderer.
You could kill him. I could escape. I had the car.
It's that old thing. It's like I don't have to run fast.
Exactly. Push him.
Yeah.
He smokes. He's
exactly.
A bit slower. Get the lung problems. But I have bad knees, so who knows?
Yeah.
So you have new material as well, obviously, right? Since the last record, you're talking about how you're planning on getting grants and things, hoping to get grants.
Fingers crossed.
So this other one was your first album. your first recording anything as a solo.
Yeah.
So how has the reception been since that? I mean, it's one of my favorite albums of the year, as you probably saw.
Well, thank you.
Listening is great.
Than a rock in the creek. Her loving washes all over me. Smoother than bluebirds on the breeze. Her loving glides away from me. We loud guys, now how funny is this? The rest of the night I wonder how your mama is. But I guess, yeah, I guess, ain't my business no more. This year he would have been 43. Mama said he looked a lot like me. Same sore and same torn blue jeans. Mama said he looked a lot like me. Are you a man? Tell me, are you a mouse? Knows much better than to ever open up his mouth. Found him there, he was 33. Mama said he looked a lot like me. But I guess, yeah, I guess, ain't my business no more. I guess ain't my business no more.
I kind of get the feeling from talking to other people who have brought you up that it's kind of the general feeling. Everyone's like, "Well, this is great. Where's this guy come from?" Sort of thing.
Thank you.
So,
thank you,
how have you felt the reception's been?
You know what? I've been very happy. The marketing side of it and everything like that is the harder part.
It sucks, right?
You know, it's the harder
yeah.
part of all this.
Absolutely,
you know?
Well, especially as a solo artist, too. And I think we talked about this last time you were on there. It's like you have to do all the work getting the music right, and then you have to do this whole other thing that you don't necessarily have the skill set for, right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
And, you know, like, I released the video for Montreal, and then, you know, I'm not the kind of person that I'm watching my own video all the time.
Over and over again to get the views up, right?
yeah. But I looked a couple weeks ago, and it was over 5,000.
That's awesome.
And it's over 8, I think, now or something.
That's fantastic. Yeah. So
like,
hopefully the Searchlight thing kind of.
Yeah, I think it gave it a nice little bit of momentum.
Awesome. Do you, with new material you're working on, have you found that there's been any kind of major change in tone or in style since that album? Because I mean, I know that was kind of something you've been working on for a while, right? And finally coming to fruition. Like, do you feel like those songs are maybe sort of a past era of your stuff? Like, have you moved on past that?
I really am thinking so, because I really want to. When I listen to the album, I'm super happy with all the incredible musicians, and Derek Benjamin, my producer, was incredible. But vocally, I have a lot more range than I showed.
Okay.
So I want to be able to, these songs that I've written now, I'm capoing it up higher than I usually would, because I want to like stretch the limits and actually, actually get up there and
belt it out.
Yeah, belt it. Yeah, because right now it's I'm almost melodically talking in the album.
Yeah, right? No, I can hear that. Yeah. Was that due to just not being comfortable enough to do it?
It was
like
my first time in the studio,
right?
And and just the way it worked is that a lot of the songs that I've came and rehashed for Two Socks songs.
Right.
And now Two Socks is no longer a thing.
Right. So now they're your songs.
So now they're my songs.
Right.
And I get to make them what I want. And whereas like the album, although like I love the praise that everybody's been giving me, and it's beautiful, but I have a lot better songs.
That's good. It's good to hear. Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned the kind of talk singing thing. That's almost like an aesthetic on its own, though, right? I mean, it's very kind of. Bob Dylan had some records where a lot of his singing just sounds like he's talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe not even melodically. But like it almost seems like that's a conscious choice. But that was just because of the kind of uncertainty about the studio, or
well, and I wanted to not be pitchy, and
of course,
we just put it together really, really quickly. It's all sort of like everything, even the video and everything. We put it over a weekend. 6 days later, we released it.
The video looks pro, though. It looks, considering how fast you did it, that's impressive.
I work with Brett Enquist.
Okay, that name sounds very familiar.
Yeah, he does all my videos. He does a lot of my pictures and anything like audio visual that I need like that. I go to him. He's extremely dedicated to honing his craft, and I think you can tell.
Really. For sure. It looks. Yeah. Is that a conscious choice too, that you want to have kind of a uniform look to everything, and so people will recognize it as his work mixed with yours?
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Like everything, all of the song titles and like my name on the record, it's all written in my hand. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's going to continue doing that for this record. I don't know about the future, but
cool. That's a very Neil Young thing to do. It's like my favorite thing about some of Neil Young's weirder, like more recent records. Is it's just like he scribbled some shit on the thing.
Yeah. And you got to be like, wait,
what does that say? Yeah. I can recognize his name there, but yeah. But that's cool because it's recognizable, right? I mean, obviously that guy's been doing it for 40 years. It's a little bit different, but you see the scribbles, you recognize this style, right? So it's like, I'm going to buy this record because it's obviously Neil Young record. Right? So eventually maybe you get a few few dozen albums.
My chicken scratch will be recognizable.
That's cool. So what do you have you kind of changed anything in terms of what you're listening to, what's inspiring you to write? I mean, especially now that you have the band kind of as an option.
You know what I'm really trying to get into like country classics.
Okay.
So like Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's almost more like folk classics, I guess, right? Well, folk country kind of cross. Yeah.
But that kind of feel.
So old 30s sort of Dust Bowl. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Like, and I'd love to have that aesthetic.
The old, sounding like it's
sounding like it's being played through like a busted tube or something. Yeah. But other than that, no, it's I don't really. I've just been trying to get out more in the local scene and see a lot of local acts.
For sure, it's like me.
Exactly.
I'm inundated with it, which is good. It's a good thing. I feel like there's so much local stuff that, I mean, if you don't kind of immerse yourself in it totally, you miss it. Because there's so many bands starting and ending like within short periods, or someone just like has existed for 10 years and I didn't know they were here. Like, great, who are they? Why did? This is cool. It's every day I discover a new band. It's nuts.
It gets smaller every day too.
Absolutely,
right?
Because you find out, well, like you and the Otters, right? It's like, and you mentioned Bruce, and you mentioned the Gentleman Ghost, and it's all it's so incestuous. Winnipeg is Greg Arcade, absolutely, yeah. Well, and the amount of things that guy's got his hands in too, like he's connected to every band.
He's got his fingers and everything.
Yeah. That's a cool thing about Winnipeg, I think, is that everyone's like 2 degrees of separation, not 6, it's 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in the music scene.
And you're also sort of related, you find.
Probably,
oh, that's my cousin,
It's like 6 families. Everyone's sort of part of it in one way or another,
Well, I'm using Kevin from Young Media.
Okay,
this video,
I've done a bunch of stuff with them too,
So
it's connections again,
And he worked with my cousin.
Okay.
At a restaurant that he works.
Oh, and he plays too. It's Rudy Blue, right? So yeah. It's crazy.
So it's It's pretty nuts how that
Winnipeg.
works.
Everyone's connected to everyone else. Yeah. So I guess
So don't be a dick.
Right, because it'll come back to you because everyone will know about it.
Exactly.
But just in saying that, not the dick part, but the Winnipeg connections part, obviously that benefits you locally because people will be talking about your record to their friends who are also in bands, and it gives you the options, right? But once you tour with it, how much recognition do people actually have of what you do? Is it just you're on a bill and they check you out and then they like it? Or is there other people who actually know your stuff and are going to see you rather than seeing the other band on the bill?
Like in
Ontario? Or, yeah.
Well, you know what? I love to do house shows. So a lot of my house shows, I'll convert their friends as fans.
Right, because they're sitting right in front of you and there's 20 people.
Exactly. Yeah, so I really like playing those, and it's always good to get a good showcasing night on a Friday or Saturday with a bunch of other bands and try and gain fans that way and gain listens that way. But it's really every city, every bar you go to, you make a connection with somebody.
Totally, yeah.
Whether it's we've all played dead bars. And then the bartender's a friend.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, yeah. Well, it's funny, the way that works, too, because, my bands that was in, the farthest we ever went was Brandon, as far as touring, so I don't know that I have extensive touring experience, but I remember I was in a band when I was a teenager, and we played at this outdoor festival that was happening at some high school that none of us went to. I don't know how the show got booked, but we were a ska band, and it was all metal bands. The entire bill was metal bands. And so we showed up, and we got a porn section and everything. We played the show. Most people have left at this point because they're like, what is this? They're waiting for whatever death metal band to come on as soon as we finish. And there were a couple kids who came up to us afterwards, and they bought some merch. Mm-hmm. And it was the coolest thing ever because we're like, everyone obviously hated this except for these kids. Yeah. And then years later, I met those kids. Again, not knowing they were those kids, and it came out after I've been friends with them for 5 years. Oh yeah, we were those guys at the high school. We didn't make the connection, but because Winnipeg's so tight knit, so small. So yeah, these guys turned out to be the same people who wasted their money on my shitty patches back when I was in the ska band in 1998 or whatever. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's so funny.
It's weird.
Grew tired of the city. Decided to do as I please. Packed up all of my things and moved among the trees so I could get away from you. Lived out in the forest, grew my beard out 4 feet long. The redwoods made me feel so small, so I moved to the desert sun, and I still felt close to you. Got sick of the desert, I was sweating my days away, covered in sand at the door, so I swam out to the middle of the sea. Still felt close. No matter how far I run, though I'm keen to hide from you. Always said your love would follow me if I went to the moon. No matter how far I run, though I'm keen to get away, I know that your love will be with me on my last day. Eventually I got to shore. The beach was warm and wet. Other foothills of the mountain ranges where I rest my head. Even my dreams were filled with you. Climbed the mountain day after day till I was high above the clouds. I look back on where I came and I tried to scream all vicious and loud, but I only whispered your name. Made it to the mountain's peak. There sat a wise old monk. Promised God he'd never speak, so he couldn't tell me where I went wrong. And I still feel close. No matter how far I run, always said that your love would follow me if I went to the moon. No matter how far I run, though I'm keen to get away, I know that your love will be with me until my last day. Time's supposed to heal broken things, maybe just broken bones. I ran so goddamn far, I made it all the way back home. And I settled in right next to
you. House shows, obviously folk and acoustic stuff fits really well with house shows.
Yeah.
I have always associated house shows with punk rock, and maybe it's just because those are the shows I've been to. But like when you're doing a house show, is it mostly similar type of artists, or are you just playing with whatever?
You know what? It's usually whatever. Like everybody's at a house show is usually there for music, right?
For whatever the music is.
You shut up and you listen, no matter what it is, you know. And that's what I really love. Like I can play in bars and I can make money that way, but I hate having to scream over the guys playing pool.
Sure. The bar fight happening in the corner. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you find it easy to tour as a solo artist? Like, is it? I mean, obviously you're sleeping on floors or whatever and couches and stuff. But just the fact that you have a guitar and can just go, is that?
Yeah. No, I have my box of merch, my guitar, my bag with my harmonicas, and sleeping bag.
Gone.
You know, it's it, and I find it. It's a very freeing feeling. It's also very.
Probably a little scary, right?
Yeah,
because you don't know what's gonna.
There's no, you got no backup.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. Yeah, and if you screw up or you're on stage, it's on you, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no getting lost in the mix.
You can't just glower at the bass player and then it must be his fault.
Oh, and you have bad shows, man.
Yeah.
Like some days you just have bad shows.
For sure.
I played in Sault Ste. Marie. I won't name the place, but I show up and she's like, "Where's your PA system?"
She's fucking you to a PA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, well, we didn't. That wasn't the agreement, you know. And so she's like, "Well, I canceled karaoke for you, so get up there and sing." And this is a bar full of like 75 people, and I looked up online that they had. I was just going through on my way to Sudbury. So I thought I'd play matinee show because they advertise all around town that they
like an open mic kind of thing.
Wings,
oh, okay, yeah. You know? So you get the food and the
So I knew that the bar would be packed, so I booked that, and there was 80 people there, 75, 80 people, and they're all there for chicken wings.
Right,
and I don't have a PA system, so I'm standing up there singing my slow folk songs and like strumming them so I can be loud,
like loud enough that they can hear it. Yeah,
It is, and like. Screaming Montreal, you know.
Do you sell any merch at that show?
No merch.
No merch, no.
At the end of my three 45-minute sets, there was one guy in the back that went. And that was pretty much it. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I hopped in my car and went to Sudbury and
played a real show.
Moved on. Yeah, exactly.
But that's an experience too, right? Like, I mean, it's just having done that and seeing what the reaction could be.
Knowing that you celebrate the wins because
because they could be lost.
You're gonna get some kicks in the
totally.
balls sometimes.
Yeah, that's not to dwell on my shitty ska band when I was a teenager, but I have a similar story about that.
Yeah.
Like that we played. I don't know how this happened either, but we played a sidewalk sale at a factory outlet store.
Yeah.
And we had, which sounds ridiculous anyway, a ska band, right? Teenage ska band playing a factory outlet sale. People buying clothes and shit. And we had about 5 songs at this point, and we were there all afternoon. Mm-hmm. So we were just playing the 5 songs over and over and over again. And like, we didn't know anything else. There were a couple lengthy jams.
And people are just shopping.
Yeah,
like,
right.
They aren't there for more than 20
So we're sitting there playing the same, crappy covers, whatever we were doing. And there's pictures of it, and it looks really cool. Like, now looking back, I'm like, oh, that was a fun show. And then my brain says, no, wait, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, people hated it. The people who worked there were so sick of us by the end of it that, they gave us free shirts to get out of there.
Yeah, exactly. Take whatever you want.
Yeah, but the difference, I guess, is that we were teenagers. We were just doing it for fun, right? Whereas you were trying to make a go of it actually as a thing, and that's I guess a completely different challenge than a lot of bands in Winnipeg even and solo artists are just doing the hobby thing.
Yeah.
Right. But at this point, with the amount of touring you're doing and just the level of professionalism, I guess you're taking with it, you're doing this to do it, right? Like that's the goal.
Yeah. No, the goal is to find my place in the music industry.
Yeah.
So whatever that comes to be, you know?
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot lately about trying to, you know, learn. Well, like we were saying, you're forced to learn the admin side, the marketing side, and everything like that. So
the grant writing side,
exactly. So once I know all this, you know, I can help people, because like when I started out, I'd always get people saying like, you need help booking a tour? I can help you.
For sure.
And then you call and they don't answer.
They just say it when they see you at the show.
It's like, oh, you know what, buddy? Anytime, man, anytime.
Yeah.
And then you call and, you know, you don't get any help. So I had to learn it all myself. And
right.
I feel like if there's a young up-and-comer, like obviously you have to want it and you sort of prove yourself. And I think that's why people are like that.
I think so.
It's like in this tight music scene, it's like, we all want to play, man.
You're right. Like, so there's like a little bit of competition despite the helping.
Yeah, you got to earn it.
Yeah,
it's a total family mentality.
Yeah, I can see that. But it is helpful too, though, right? I mean, you must have had people on the way who've been kind of like giving you, whether it's tips or giving you a show or whatever. Like it seems like for every kind of jerk who says to say it, there's like dozens of people who are legitimately like, I want to help you. I like what you're doing. Yeah, this is cool. Exactly. Let's put you on a show or whatever, right? So
well, Greg's championed my
a lot of people. He's really
for this upcoming summer. You know, he put me at the top of his festival.
Yeah, I saw that. It's awesome.
Posters, and it's like, oh wow, yeah. It's a nice change.
For sure. Now you got to deliver though, right? Now.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Speaking of that show, are you playing with a band at that show, or is it?
So the Rattlesnake, we are going to be full band gigs.
Cool. That makes sense for the festival, I guess, right? Because it's got kind of the rock and roll blues sort of elements to it, right?
Yeah,
so
and we're going to. Oh, I'm so excited about my group. I keep shouting it to anybody who'll listen.
So are they going to be recording with you? The band that you're using right now?
I hope so. Yeah. I hope to use them on the record, and
cool.
You know, fingers crossed we get that grant, or else we might have to wait a year.
Right. Yeah. So there's no real kind of timeline for it right now, right? It's just sort of waiting to see what you get, and then I imagine figuring out everyone's touring schedules too, right?
Exactly. Like I'm booking different things in September now, and they might be touring, like the Otters might be touring to support the record.
Well, now that it's out, right? We're actually going to be out with the people hear this,
so. Exactly. Yeah, it's this upcoming Thursday, so check out Otters.
By the time you hear this, it might not be the upcoming Thursday, but yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be out when you hear this. Yeah. So go check it out, please.
Yeah.
And so for people who haven't heard you, you know, if they maybe didn't hear the first episode we did with you, or they missed the Searchlight stuff, or they haven't heard Montreal yet, what do they do if they want to find out more, or find where you're touring, that kind of thing?
Skylar Bouchard. In whatever socials you want. Google me, Facebook, Twitter.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. All that good stuff.
Everything in your name is to you mostly that comes up? Yeah. You never know, right?
Well, actually, no, there's I spell my name with an A.
Right.
Skylar with an A. Right. And there's a Skylar Bouchard with an E. Okay. And she's a food critic in LA.
Okay, well, maybe you can connect and do some kind of food and music.
Anytime.
That'd be too weird, but... It'd be good.
Yeah, that's what the next album will be.
Yeah, you just sing about food.
There'll be a recipe on the back or something.
Yeah. She can be reviewing restaurants you played at. I don't know, it's too weird. But those people check that out. And the album that is currently out is pretty much available anywhere on the digital side of things.
Spotify, iTunes, any big music distributor. Okay. I got a ton in the trunk of my car if you want to buy one after a show.
That's the best way to do it, I think. Yeah. Do you have any in stores or anything right now, or is it mostly digital?
You know what, I haven't put them in stores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to a show, basically.
Go to a show.
Yeah, cool. Okay, awesome. And then check out Google your name, find out where you're touring.
Yeah, find all that stuff. I'm coming all the way Vancouver to Halifax.
Cool.
In the southern provinces. So.
Hard to miss you.
Yeah,
you're going to be there somewhere.
If you're in any of those provinces, I'll probably be playing in a town close to you.
Awesome. Okay, and if you haven't heard this show before, go to witchpolice.com. You can get the whole 280 some episodes archive, including the last one we did last year.
Yeah,
all there for free download and streaming. And you can find Witchpolice. Same deal. Google it. It'll be on whatever social media you can look for. And I'm sure you'll be hearing more about this in future because we'll be putting plugs on the episodes. But I just want to mention that September 30th we are doing Manitoba Podcast Festival at the Park Theatre, and just like quick version of what it is. It's we're trying to get everyone who's doing podcasts or DIY radio or campus radio, anything like that, in the province to get involved at the park, and we're going to have kind of a podcast summit almost, where we're going to have a bunch of live panels featuring people who are in the industry, people who are doing it DIY, people who are professional in radio, and just answering questions, roundtable discussions, kind of live podcasts about various aspects of doing this. Because just like the music thing, people, you want people to help out. You want to help out up and coming artists. Mm-hmm. I've been doing this for almost 6 years now. And not that I'm like, the peak of doing this. I mean, I'm still sitting in Robin's Donuts seemingly multiple times a week.
And Wonderwall's on the
right, exactly.
Now,
so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
it's a bad omen, I think.
But like, if doing this, someone listening to this, if it influences them to do the same thing I'm doing, that's awesome, and I want them to do it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that you were mentioning the competition thing with music.
Yeah.
I think this is a little different because it's like anyone can do this. Everyone should do this. Like, people have interesting stories, whatever the topic is, and like, I'm kind of obsessive about documenting things, so like, go and document it. I mean, if you want to talk about like comic books, comic book creator, interview them, find out what they're about.
I find that famine mentality to be so detrimental to the scene because like if everybody's out there playing music and everybody like it'll only open up more work for us,
exactly.
It'll only grow the scene.
And that's the same thing with this. The more people doing podcasts, the more people are going to listen to podcasts, which means the odds on them listening to my shit or this guy's shit or whatever, is going to be higher.
Like I'm a busy guy, but you can message me if you're an upcoming artist. You can send me a message, and I don't know how much I'll be able to tell you. Like I'm not as knowledgeable as the people at Manitoba Music.
Of course, but that's their job, right? So this is becoming your job full time, I guess, and hopefully it will be the career. But right, these guys like plan that stuff out.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming here.
Yeah. No,
and having a chat. It's always good to have you on the show. Like I said, I recommend your album to anyone listening. It was one of my favorites last year, and hopefully people check you out on tour.
It really meant a lot for you to put me on that list.
It was a hard list to make. There's so much good stuff. It's like when I first made a mental list, and I was like, okay, that's 10, and it was like, oh shit, what about this? And what about this? And then I had to cut things down, and I had to do like
better you than me, man.
It's hard. So if I do it next year, it might even be harder. So far, thankfully, there haven't been a lot of albums that have come out by people I really listen to a lot. Mm-hmm. But it's only April, right? So it's going to start happening, and there'll be a huge rush.
It's usually like early summer.
Yeah, or into fall, summer, kind of. Right? Yeah. So there's going to be a rush of them. I'm sure they'll all be great again. But
thanks so much.
Awesome. Yeah, good to talk to you again.
Seems I was born a wind. Remembrance Day morning, the hospital stood in silence. Wait a lifetime on spring rain. Same old feeling makes my pen write the same old cliche. Don't know much about trust, so I don't know much about loving. Truth is I don't know much about much, but I know your body, every inch, every little bone. Don't speak French, but I love Montreal. Woke up on the floor in a loft in the exchange. Thought she might have had the fix for me. She smelled nothing like you, so I hid it and turned south. Found nothing but litter there in the street. Well, I thought about bed-ins, and I thought about your child. Wonder if you girls ever wonder me. But as quick as I came, I guess I was sooner forgotten. Lord, I miss hearing that little angel sing. Just like my old man and the old man before. Had to find a way to drown my sins. But the bell tolls, calling this last boy back home. Don't speak French, but I love Montreal. Now I lean on coffee and smoke. Talk bullshit with folks I don't know. Daydream of a place down in the trees. Patient enough woman to put up with me. She came on like a spring rain. I wasn't quite yet ready to change. if spring ever smiles on me again. I'll quit being such a winner-win. Don't know much about trust, so I don't know much about love. Truth is, I don't know much about much, but I know your body, every inch, every little ball. Don't speak French, but I love Montreal.